Hey man, this is Hien. I was wondering if you might be interested in this project. Currently, there's a trade bot called HAAS Online that we can set up, but we need to manage kind of like an army of bots. So there's a lot of bots being created right now, but I want to show you how what we need to do is kind of tune the process manually. So I made a document here. Talk about the phases. Phase one is just going to throw a bunch of initial guesses at it. And so here's the initial guess that we would throw at it. It kind of starts mainly from kind of all these settings here. Top down, consensus, current candle, on and off. And then it starts from here. We don't really use the safety settings. And then it goes all the way down. So we basically, in a sense, use the local API, calls through HTTP post and get on there, and input these parameters. And the market doesn't matter. You can use these settings in all markets. So we'll enter them and then back test it. So let's say it goes ahead and enters this thing, and then the user will decide which time frame they want to back test it at. And when we hit that, it's going to load and then give you a back test of, hey, in 6 days with these settings I made a buy, but currently it's losing money. Okay, let's say we did 4 weeks ago, if they chose that instead, it's probably still be in position. So based on these settings, that's what you get. So we'll run through that, and we'll kind of stay consistent on the period that they decide, the back test period. And then once we get the best ROI, then we use that setting, and then we start to massage the numbers by doing a positive, negative adjustment to it. So that would be phase two, which is to push the setting in a positive, negative direction, and the direction that increases ROI. We continue that direction until the ROI doesn't improve anymore. Then we move on to the next setting. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of demonstrate that for now. I'm just going to do it manually, as if like this is an initial guess. I have an idea of what to do, so I kind of just input manually here. Okay. Alright, so based on these settings, it made one trade in 6 days. Let me see what I want to do. Alright, so in that, it'll make 7.0%. So let's say, well, what if I increase it to, in the positive direction of the R's I like to 31? And we'll kind of grab this number, hit 4 weeks. It didn't improve it. No, it didn't. So let's go back in the other direction, 29. Didn't improve it. No, it didn't. So let's keep it at 30. Okay. Then it'll go into the next parameter, 36. Let's see if this improved or not. Let's see. It didn't. 4. 2 didn't improve it. We move on to the next one. Okay. So I'm just trying to find one that does improve it, and then if it does improve it, we continue in the positive direction. So that doesn't do anything. 64. Let's say it kind of did. It had 7, but it looks like it improved. Then we'll keep going. 63. It looks like there is an improvement, but let's assume that it did. So if it did, we'll keep going that direction until there's no improvement. Then if there's no more improvement, then we'll move on to the next thing again. Okay, so that will be the phase 2 of that. Now phase 3 is more of a massaging one, where we don't really go too extreme. We'll just go, in a sense, right here, 13. Did improve it. No difference. Did improve it. No difference. Move on. Okay. So let's say if it did improve. Let's say I hit 27 here. It improved, but then let's say we go 25. And it did improve. They're the same, but I'm just gonna assume, just for shortened video, that let's say it improved in the positive direction of 1. So let's say we went to 27, that's what it proved. It only moved one parameter. I think I started around 26, so went 27, 25, positive direction, and improved positive direction. Then we move on to the next one. Go positive 1. 7 did improve. Let's go, I think it's 8. And it improved on the 8th direction. We only did it one time. We move on to the next one. We sweep back up here, do it again. 21. So it just moves one at a time instead of driving it until there's no more results. And so that wasn't good. 19. That seems to improve it that way once. So we'll keep the 19. Move on. 1.6. And then the user has inputs on whether, because these are moving in a 0.1 and these are moving at 1. Okay. Now there is another way to kind of get there faster instead of moving at 1.1 is to let the user, in a sense, move it by 10, at some parameters, and after it gets the best, 10 positive, 10 minus, and then once it gets that, then it can kind of narrow in positive 5, negative 5, positive 1, negative 1. So it kind of had bigger jumps instead of having to take little tiny steps left and right. It take bigger steps back and forth until it kind of bounces into the center. So that's kind of a thing that we can kind of allow the user to have. And it'll kind of be a list where you can enter parameters. And so here we might want to move 0.5, positive, negative, and then if it starts to improve whichever direction, then we'll kind of narrow in with 0.1, back and forth kind of thing until we narrow it down. But I don't know, just to keep it simple for now, we'll move 1 point, but later on if we can add that feature where we can kind of make bigger strides, it'll kind of zero in a lot faster instead of making tiny steps. Okay. Alright, so that will be it for phase 3. And then after that, phase 4 would then sweep the moving average type. So these you can't really kind of pause and negative it, so it basically just runs through each and every parameter and say, hey, did that improve it? No, let's try this one. That one really helped, so we're going to mark that one down. And then it basically sweeps through all of them, and then say, hey, EMA was the best, we're going to select that one, and then move on. And the next one is these checkboxes here. Well, we're going to sweep through all the variations. Did that improve it? No. Maybe did that improve it? Kind of thing. So we kind of basically sweep through all the checkboxes from here, 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 and then kind of get the best checkbox setting. Okay. And then the next one would be then sweeping the intervals. Was 12 minutes better? No. Was 20 minutes better? Kind of thing. So it kind of sweeps to all of them, not necessarily the middle one. Kind of just goes all the way down. See if it improves it or not. Looks like 10 minutes did. What, 5 minutes? Yeah, that did even better, so let's go with that. And starts to improve it that way. So it looks like maybe 6 minutes was the best, I think. Or 12, I don't know. That was the best, so we're going to keep that. So we'll sweep through all that, and then once that's done, we may run it through the entire process again. So once 6 minutes good, we might loop it and then run it through phase 3 on one more time, just to kind of clean it up a little bit. Okay. All right. So that's what I need done. Let me know if you're up for this. You can create this in Macros Engine, and it has the local API here. If you click on this link, there's a way to kind of authenticate and log in to my stuff here. So I can give you more information on how to authenticate the post. And I'll give the UBot thing that generates the URL that you can kind of translate into into Macros Engine. So yeah, if this is something that you might want to take on, let me know what your cost is, how much it was fixed price for the project, I have something created already, but in ubot, but just that it's not using local API, it's using the UI, and I want to recreate this to do the local API stuff calls. Okay, thank you.